Hi everyone, it's Mr. Z again for one final video blog post from our LEGO Robotics unit. This was our final event today. This was it's kind of a funny name. We didn't come up with one that we liked. We call it the knock off the table technique. As you can see, I built a platform, a 4-foot by 4-foot platform. It's elevated about 2 inches off the ground. And the students were to design a program that will allow the robot to stay on this platform and not fall off. They could have multiple robots working at a time or do just one at a time. It was up to them. And the goal was to knock down the pink boards that you see here on the table, clear them directly off the platform. But the robots could not themselves fall off the platform. So students came up with all sorts of different ways to do this. This was a great engineering event with a lot of right answers. And as you could see, they came up with some pretty neat attachments to the robots too, kind of like a plow system to knock them off the table as effectively as they could. Now, some of the teams decided to do this just one robot at a time, while other classes decided let's go with 2 or 3 or 5 or even all 10 robots working at the same time. That comes up to a really difficult part when it comes to engineering, and that is planning for the unexpected. You might not plan on your robot interlocking with another robot because of the attachments you built, so now you have to come up with a way for it not to push it off of the table. So they did find that it is possible to have too many robots to the party, if we can say that, where it's much easier to have just a couple robots working together in tandem to clear the pink boards off of the table. So we introduced a new piece of programming this time around called the fork, also known as the switch. And the switch means it's basically a true or a false. If it sees black, it does one thing. If it sees white, it does another thing. And so what you're looking at now is on the table, multiple robots working together. Some of them have the same program where others have different programs working together. They have to make sure that they activate them simultaneously, so we don't give any unfair advantage to one working harder than another. And the robots must all be moving on the table. At the end of the event, all the robots that are left on the table receive the score that is up on the board. So pretty neat competition. I was glad to see that our numbers went really high this time. We had just 1 or 2 classes out of the 10 that were struggling with this, but the majority of them were able to bring up their numbers to the millions. As you can see on our spreadsheet, we really started to keep the scores increasing based on the times they achieved each mission. So we had some domino effect styles where students designed and went straight into them. We had some staggered effects where they kind of picked random spots to put the pink boards on there for the challenge. And then finally, we had those added pieces on, which kind of give it a slight advantage to being a wider robot than what it naturally is. So I hope you enjoyed looking at a tour of our final robotics event. The donut/pizza parties will be happening for the winning classes next week. And thank you as always for sending your children to us here at Amherst Middle School. It's been a joy to work with them this year, and we hope to see them back next year with different projects in our technology class. For more blogs like this, anytime you can check out my blog, robztraining.com, and thank you for watching.